तं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धे भवतु मे सदा वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. Yes, can someone recollect what is it that we saw last? We form the link and move ahead. Anybody? I request anyone to give a summary.
I just remember the bit where you had mentioned when the presence that the divine presence that others had felt when the supramental life and force
Okay.
consciousness had come down. Only a handful of them
Yeah.
felt it.
Yeah. The need for a breaking up of a barrier for the descent of the supramental and the mother's experience how a barrier was broken in the occult planes that was discussed. It was in light of a particular verse of the Upanishad. If anybody can recollect something about the verse, it's a very famous verse actually because of its deep significance in everyday life.
Is it that all that glitters is not gold?
Absolutely, sir, is given the good reference. All that glitters is not gold. Sometimes even gold is considered pure, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a auspicious symbol. In important occasions, people present gold ornaments. It is something which, and how is gold purified? By fire.
By fire. Yeah.
Yes, our tapasya also is like that, isn't it? Tapasya itself means purifying by fire, by a tapa. That fire is going to heat a person, and that fire is going to purify. And so gold is like that. But again, that which is manifest, this gold also sometimes can deceive a person, isn't it? A lot of people do get deceived by outer wealth. They define the sanctity of a moment by the weight of the gold that is used in it. Can that be
Mhm.
done? No,
No,
isn't it? Not at all, not at all. So हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण सत्यस्यापि हितं मुखं तत्त्वं भूषणम् अपावृणो सत्यधर्माय दृष्टये. This ability to see what is the satya dharma of truth, that is being sought by a Vedic Rishi who has composed this seer. I mean, the Vedic Rishi who has composed this shloka, the seer who already had a realization, is invoking a Devata, Pushan. Pushan is the nourisher. That Devata is being invoked for what? To recognize what is Satya Dharma. How many of us need to identify what is our Satya Dharma?
Didn't get
Yes.
the question. Did not get the question.
Rachnaji, my question is how many of us need Satya Dharma, the drishti of Satya Dharma, the sight or the insight of what Satya Dharma is? How many of us need it, Rachnaji?
all
All
of
of us.
us,
All of us, isn't it? And when do we need it? Only in important moments?
all the
Always.
time.
All the time, because every moment is important. We cannot forget that. Just because we think a moment is an ordinary moment, moment is a mundane moment, we forget. We forget what is the Satya Dharma in that moment because we are unconscious. So the Vedic Rishi understands that by my mind I will not understand this. I need the help of what? Of the gods. That is why all the Upanishads, you see the invocation of the Devatas. It's not just like maybe in Puranas we have identifying different rituals and importance of the rituals are described. So at least because of that, no, people will invoke. Like sometimes people offer, like sometimes now there's a very famous movie. I mean, a movie has been released where nobody is going. So we have started offering, you go there, you will get this. If you go there, you will get this. So like that, so many mantras have falashrutis. At least if they're not understanding the mantra, they will, at least for the falashruti, I will get this in return. At least for the basic mind, which does not understand, it is told. But if you understand the meaning, for example, they say you chant this mantra, you get this benefit. But you become conscious of that mantra and then chant, how much more benefit is there? Ramliji has chanted Vedic chants for children's autism, And you will not believe an ordinary moment done consciously became an extraordinary moment that 10 years later, you see, one action done once consciously on an ordinary day became extraordinary because of the divine presence. Yeah, I remember him invoking the divine. And he said, and this is what we saw in the Upanishad, isn't it? The divine in everybody. He said most normal people can see, hear, talk. Normal because it's a general misnomer. No, normal. Somebody is normal because anybody who is not conforming to the mold is termed abnormal. So most so-called people who can you have these eyes, ears, nose, all these senses, they're having it, but they're incapable. But these special children not only responded, not only heard, they responded from the soul domain. That was his experience when he went and chanted Vedic chants for children with special needs. Why did he chant? We had a nice painting competition there. That was the first activity of my life also, which was done. It was a very randomly done painting competition. But in that painting competition, he saw they made us. They told the school gave us a diktat. You're having a painting competition. You should also have culturals. And what can we do? I don't know to dance, so I thought I can do one thing very well. I can play the fool. So I raised my hand. Who's going to be a joker? I got two people who were willing to be jokers with me. And so we had a non-verbal drama with very few Tamil words, which children may be able to understand. The title was very, very, what we can say, cringe. Batman rises, ballman makes him fall, and gunman shoots them all. It is very silly, stupid drama. But this, which was done in 2012, that drama was recorded. That time we didn't even have what we call good cameras and all. It was just done on a phone. But that recording, when Damleji saw, he said, "This is a special moment. I need to do something. Go and ask that school principal if I can chant some Vedic mantras for the children. Just ensure the children are present, ensure the parent is present, ensure because parents of special children have a lot of strain, and ensure a special educator is present." So for totally for 5 days, for Damliji chanted for totally 100 plus people. Normally you would say, and he invoked the divine and he chanted, that's all. But but it was done consciously, so an ordinary moment became extraordinary because the rehab psychologist from National Institute of Mental Health who was there, he said, "Hey, this children, we got good feedback. We got good feedback." And because of that, when he was, it was such a simple one that we didn't even have a banner of our organization then. We just did whatever we could. But that feedback was so beautiful. My child fell asleep. My child listened. I felt very calm. That the psychologist said, "Why don't you do it?" Then there was a nice tug of war going on whose intellectual property this is. In the academic front, this drama goes on. But you will not believe. So the project went to different institutes, and finally, just last year's October, it got Neuro Rehabilitative Therapy of the Year award in the International Neurology Conference. Just the same chance. The same chance record. What is the meaning? Means this is when the divine's backing comes, an ordinary moment becomes an extraordinary moment beyond our magic. I mean, beyond our imagination. The divine consciousness spreads in a way we don't understand. So we have to recognize that there is a divine. Why we say Bhadram Karne Vishrunyam Devaha Bhadram Pashyimaksh Virjatra Stire Rangai Sushtuvan Swastanubhi Vyashema Deva Hitam Yada Yuhu. We are asking the gods. We are asking the gods, give me strength. Let my eyes see auspicious things. Let my ears hear auspicious. Let my ears hear the auspicious things. Let all these actions let them be right. Why is that? You give me sound bodies. Stirai rangai. Sushtavan swasthanubhi. Let me get me good health and a sound body. Why? Go to the Isha Upanishad, you will understand the second verse. Kurvanne veha karmani jijivishe chatam sama evam tvai nanyathe na karma lipyate nare. Meaning, you have to identify your duty towards your body also. Can't ignore your physical body. People sometimes consider body as a tuchha or dirty or it's a weak thing or hopeless thing. No, Isha Upanishad says you're going to live for 100 years. If something is dirty, why will you want to stay there? In your own room, if it's dirty, do you like to sit and say, "No, I'm going away. Maybe somebody will clean it for me." I'll go. But that's not going to happen. You will have to do it. So this Upanishad is again bringing back on the material. So here they're asking, Bhushan, give me the Satya Dharma. I need it every moment. I need it every moment. Because if I am not conscious, I may make mistake, but if I'm connected with the divine, if you have a guide, you have a teacher, you have a guru, at every moment, you get the margadarshan, isn't it? What margadarshan do you get? You get the margadarshan of Satya Dharma. That is why people have gurus. That is why we say this one day Guru Parampara. So many people say, I don't need a direct guru. I have a higher consciousness. I will directly connect. Go sit with the sky and have discussions. What will you have discussions there? How many times the tree will catch your ear and tell you you're doing nonsense? See, the Satya Dharma is here. Go to the river, what will you see? Mirror, mirror on the wall. I am the most beautiful of all. Nothing beyond that. Your own reflection, your own ego will keep going. It will just reinforce whatever you think. So that is why the Pushan is called when, what is it? Everything, even the gold, most beautiful, means even in our most excited moments or most best moments, we cannot disconnect from the divine. Call upon the divine and then watch how the transformation will break. Means like a hammer, the mother's experience that we saw. With a hammer, that door was broken open. For what? For the barging of light. What a beautiful symbolism it is. What will happen to us when we break open the door of our past sanskaras? We'll get the realization. The Buddha has talked about all of us being just a spark away from realization. Then how many of us are undivine? Anybody?
How many
Nobody,
of
is
us
it?
are?
Undivine in a sense.
Practically all of us.
No,
Practically all.
none of us.
Practically none of us, Ji.
None of
Shashi
us.
ji? Yeah, none of us.
None of us.
None of us.
Yes, absolutely. Because the inside of us, we are all made by the same Isha, no? Of the Isha Vasya. Isha Vasya Midam Sarvam. He's enveloping all of us. Maybe somebody say he's outside, somebody will say he's inside. Wherever he is there, and we are part of him. That is what that Advaita has to come into our understanding in the true sense. That cannot happen. That cannot happen by without divine grace. That is why the Rishi asks, he asks to break that mold. And then we go to the next verse, which we did see. We'll just look at it just once more. If you see this. पूषण ने कर्षयम सूर्य प्राजापत्य व्यूह रश्मीन् समूह तेजः यत्ते रूपं कल्याणतमं तत्ते पश्यामि योऽसा वसौ पुरुषः सोऽहम् अस्मि. The last realization, soham asmi, is also going to come by the same grace of the same divine, who is also what we call Matarishwan in the Upanishad earlier. He is also that same Pushan. Pushanne Karsheyam Surya Prajapatya Vyuharashmin Samuha Tejaha Yatte Rupam Kalyantamam Tatte Pashyami Yo Savasa Purusha Soham Asmi. Somebody shared a beautiful poem also in the end. It was about that. It was a childhood poem. I think it was. It is commonly in so many places that all that is brilliant, all that is beautiful. Can we not recognize the divine in our most beautiful moments?
Yes.
If you cannot recognize the divine in your beautiful moments, say bye bye to realization, highest realization. It will not come at all if you cannot recognize the divine. Yatte kalyan tatte pashyami. No matter what, if you cannot see the divinity in this world, the divinity in this universe, you cannot see Vibhuti Darshan. Where are you going to get the Vishwarupa Darshan? In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is taught that only, first of all. And after that, also, after teaching Bhakti Yoga, also is told practically understand Kshetra, Kshetragni, and the Vibhaga, meaning divisions. Somebody will say, where is this divine? That is what you have to search, no? Anybody goes on a treasure hunt and say, first step, I want to get the treasure. Nobody will get it. You'll have to do some struggle. But if you see a lot of people who have done that struggle in search of the divine, they have found it. Narendranath became Swami Vivekananda, isn't it? His question, when he was having the question, Agar tum ho to ye kyun hai? If you are there, why is this? Because he saw the vikara in the world and he said, where is that divinity? I also asked, where is the divinity when the watchman brought me down from the compound wall I was sitting on, thinking I'm going to experience Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham, I am Shiva. And that watchman, what is this? Katham. And I set a record also once. I set a record for writing. I don't know why it's called record. It's a funny thing. It was a time when it was probably important to me. It was exciting. Writing Upanishads in rhymes. Nowadays, ChatGPT will do it for free. So there's nothing big in that. But that time there was nothing of that sort, and somehow that title came. The day I was very excited about it. Guy gave me on the road, he gave me one whack. I don't even know what happened. That time I was like, there are two types of people. I have read the Gita, isn't it? We should not have that bheda. You don't have to make that divide. But no, there are people who are doing good for the world, and because I am now associating myself with this end, Vidya and Avidya, we saw the duality, isn't it? So this aspect, now I know it was like better jada uchal mat ro, jamin pe raho. Krishna only came and gave one part, and probably that was required that time. Otherwise, I would have gone on a different marga. My mold would have become too firm. If the mold is firm, can a potter do something with it? Nothing, isn't it? He has to only break it. That is why we have to be supple. That is why we have to be ready to be molded by the divine at all times. And that is again what we have to recognize. For that, we have to recognize, we have to search for the divinity and find it. Anybody can find it anywhere. Our Maharshi Arvind found it in a solitary confinement in a dark prison, which was meant to make people crazy. 6 by 9 feet prison in darkness. He found the supreme divinity, which was beyond. Why he was sent there, he understood. Meaning, so many people. I have a friend, she said, I'm thankful to God for my blood cancer, for acute myeloid leukemia. A classmate of mine. We were all shocked. How can somebody even find something in such a situation? How can such a person say that? Because her entire life was destroyed. It looked like it was destroyed, but it was apparent. It was what we say, Hiranmaya Patrena, or the opposite end. Sometimes you see the other darkness instead of the Hiranmaya. Everything looked dark, but that dark was also the darkness before the light. Now she's become a mom for a beautiful child. That time, one boy, her boyfriend left her and ran away after cancer because he could not bear it. She found someone who was willing to leave everything for her, and now her life has started. What we have to really understand in this Upanishad is this: that unless we recognize this divinity in the world, it will be just lip service to all the great Vedic mantras. We do not want to do lip service. That is absolutely not what our Vedic seers also wanted. What did they ultimately ask? In the Rig Veda also, they started off with Agni, the Sukta for Agni, Varuna, Mitra, Aryaman, Bhaga, Ila, Saraswati. So all the gods, all the goddesses were involved. Vishwe Devas, sometimes twice, two, three Devas together, sometimes many Devas all together. And what did they do on the last? Sam Gachadvam, Sam Vadadvam, Sam Wo Manasi Janatam. Let us all understand each other. Let us live in this consciousness. Let us see that one consciousness in the world. Does that mean all the gods are powerless? No, they are not. But that realization of oneness is so difficult. Bhagavad Gita says, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. What is that? That is the oneness. Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti. One truth perceived by many in different ways, but it is the one truth. When you lose that, what's going to happen? You'll be lost in quixotic battles on the surface. Dharma, adharma, dharma, adharma. You're going to, both are going to be adharmis only. One person fighting for this, one person fighting for the other. Adharmi in the sense, against the Satya Dharma. They have not seen the Satya Dharma, never reconciled with this great oneness of that Supreme Spirit. So that is very important, and that is what this Upanishad keeps bringing. That is why this moment is again connected. O seer, O Father of all life, O Controller of all lives, O Son of illumination, in your golden rays, every life thrives. In the luster of the most resplendent forms, empower me to recognize and see the Purusha Supreme and realize that I too am thee. Because when you get this realization, then only Soham Asmi will come. If you don't get this, what will you get? How will you realize? Swatma Ramoham भूमा परमसुखी स्वेन स्वस्मिन् स्वयं ब्रह्म स्वे महिम्नि स्वानुभूतम्. With that anubhuti, swena swasmin swayam brahma. This is something which has to be realized not by the mind, by experience. Experience of what? Well, first get the experience of oneness, no? Then go to Brahma. Go to that Brahmagyan. If you cannot, what will you do? If you cannot, it's like you do your graduation, then go for think of PhD, isn't it? You don't directly jump to that. This is the routine. This is the way one must rise into that higher consciousness. But recognize if anything, any knowledge, any wisdom, any understanding is causing you to see the divide and creating disharmony inside of you in different faculties, different members of yourself, understand something is amiss. Talking about gold is what? Beauty. Beauty is again connected with Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is goddess of harmony. Where is absence of Mahalakshmi, there's going to be disharmony, there's not going to be realization. And then when will you realize? Andaha tamaha pravishanti yeke cha atmano jana, another part of the Upanishad, which we saw in the start, where people harm themselves consciously and go into a deep blind darkness. What will happen? Mahalakshmi leaves, no, silently, quickly, without our knowledge, without telling I'm going. And when Mahalakshmi leaves, what happens to that place? The joy is gone. The joy is gone. Absolutely. What celebration can a person make? What New Year celebration they will have when there's new consciousness at all? And suddenly, where what Mahalakshmi was keeping and protecting, whatever Chaitanya was there, suddenly that Chaitanya is gone. That place would become bereft, bereft of anything, any semblance of what divinity is. And then they realize the need. They realize the need for Mahalakshmi. And that is all that is required. When the realization comes, Mahalakshmi comes on her own. It is so simple. So this aspect of realization in the brilliance, in the luster, in resplendence of this world. Again, Mahalakshmi does not mean wealth only, isn't it?
No.
What is wealth in a garden? Anybody? What is the wealth? What is wealth in a garden? Lots of, say, India, 500 rupee notes pasted on every plant. Is
Flowers,
that wealth? Yes. Yes, Shardaji, Imaji, what did you
blooming
say, ma'am?
flowers,
Yes,
blooming flowers.
beautiful flowers. If there are non-flowering plants also, there can be wealth of beautiful, lush green leaves, everything in
The
different places.
fragrance,
Yes,
fragrance also,
fragrance,
which we
life.
cannot see, but we can feel it.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm.
That is what we have to strive for. That is what that part of the shloka number 16 talks about. But then let's go to the 17th. Vayur amrutam athedam bhasmantam shariram om krito smara kritam smara. So this is very interesting, this particular verse. It is actually very good coincidence that it's connected with what Sudhakarji talked about, past life regression today. This, it is asking us to remember. Remember what? We don't remember what we told our friends also. Hey, I was going to come to meet you. Oh, I forgot. Because I'm not conscious only. I just told something without really meaning. But do you remember, do you have to make an effort to remember some of the most important things in life? Say your first meeting with somebody you like the most. Do you need to remember? Wait, let me refer. I've written it down somewhere. No, it's in the heart, isn't it? Because it's in the consciousness. It is there. Well, there are so many things in our consciousness, just like even morphologically, look at our brain right now. It is experiencing n number of things. It is experiencing, these nerve impulses, they are traveling at what quantum speed, continuous firing is taking place. But what is happening is it goes and it gets lost somewhere, isn't it? It's not fully recovered. It cannot be retrieved, but does not mean just because we don't remember, it does not exist. Sometimes we have to remember. Sometimes the moment comes and we suddenly remember by grace again. It's actually very easy one way if you can Surrender and rely on the grace. That is why the first sloka itself, you want to study the Upanishad, understand the Upanishad, just go first verse, understand first verse. Many people say, what is the use? One verse only, one verse only. No, if you look at its meaning, you can spend your entire life giving a commentary on the first verse on every day you live. And it is like that. If you rely on the divine completely, you're going to have enjoyable moments. Every moment which is given by the divine is going to be auspicious moment. It's going to be enjoyable. Somebody will receive an ice cream from the divine, somebody will receive a pakoda, somebody will receive something in the material world also. But if it is coming from the divine, you'll have no side effects of karma bandhanas. Na karma lipyate na re. Don't worry, this has come from the divine. Cholesterol will not increase. Of course, I'm not promoting unhealthy foods. These are not required, just for a imagery I just said. But the yogis are able to survive, no, on roots, fruits, and that's all enough for them because they are trupta. They're having santosha and they're having ananda because they've understood that. But you see, this life, this vayu, this is the force. I think Sitaji just talked about fragrance. Fragrance comes, you don't understand. Brahman is also Brahman's presence, also we don't fully understand. But we can understand through this vayu, which is the vayu of the prana. There is a prana vayu inside of us. Don't you agree?
Yes.
What is it doing? It is keeping us alive. How many of us are breathing? Everybody. But are we doing something to breathe or is it happening? It's happening consciously. Because somebody will say, who has understanding of anatomy will say, oh, because of the lungs. They are working continuously. Then probably the new, maybe leftist folks or some other persons will say, no, we need strike. You're giving too much work all the time. So the lungs will go on a strike for 15, 20 minutes because they've been working continuously. What will happen to us? If our heart goes on strike, what's going to happen to us? If breathing only, we are existence, our dreams, no matter what great yojanas we have done, no matter how much we have saved, no matter how many great realizations we have got. If this aspect of the bhuloka, this is it is we will cease to exist, isn't it? That's why they say death is a leveler, isn't it? Everybody. Chiranjivate sarvehi budali. All the Chiranjeevs also. So, not the Chiranjeevs of the legend. We're talking about in Marathi, the Sant means Samartha Ramdas Swami's Manacha Shloka. Dehe rakshanartha kati yatna kela tari shevati kala घेऊन गेला. How much actions were done to protect the body, but you see, ultimately, Kala took it away. That is why they say Kala tasmai namaha. Nothing before, nothing greater than that. So this Vayu is there, which is keeping us alive. And what is happening through that Vayu? And that Vayu is allowing this vitality to enter into us. And it is beautiful that we are all connected with the same Vayu. Same Vayu is flowing inside all of us. It's very difficult to imagine and visualize it. But when you realize that the same Vayu is flowing inside, who is yours and who is not yours? Is there anyone who is different? Means across the earth, across the length and breadth, even the friends you don't like, they are also having the same Vayu. Some people say, I don't eat from other people's plates. Hey, but you're taking Vayu of another person which has gone in and come out, and it's happening so at live. It's like going live continuously. And that is why there are yogis who recognize that that's why I'm going to become conscious of my breathing. Krishna in the Gita talks about breathing. You focus your breathing, you will control your thoughts. Or if your thoughts are controlled, your breathing also will become controlled. Think Smaran of the divine. Diseases will disappear, it is said. Somebody says, some great yogi, if one good karma yogi says, I will, so many diseases can be, you know, treated by just pranayam. Then 100 cases are put against him under Drugs and Magic Remedies Act. Or what is he saying? What is he saying? But just understand, become conscious and see yourself. Try, just do a japa of, even say, I don't know pranayam, I'm just doing a japa. Say Govinda. Just say that again and again, consciously. Consciously. What's going to happen? There's a beautiful bhajan which says, Tutel Saka Upadhi, Nirasela Adi Vyadhi. All the adi, all the vyadi, everything, all diseases will disappear. Just do the smaran is what that composer of the bhajan says. Majha mana lago chanda nitya govinda. Nitya govinda chanda, let it be in going on, because then I will become conscious. Then I came to know of one person who got an experience of sweet taste permanently in the tongue. How did she get that? How is she? Why is she always without eating? She's getting that. Somebody will say it's a disease. Is it a disease then? It's not, isn't it? If you're always getting a sweet taste, it's not a disease. It's a bhoga of life. You don't have to eat anything. Your tongue is always having that without eating. Just like that, somebody who's having ananda at all times. Which moment is going to be bad? What are you afraid of? What are you going to lose? And who is the other person? When all are being driven by the divine, you'll be driven by the divine. You understand that, yes, this is just a play of forces. I have to play my role. I'm not powerful, I'm not weak. Sometimes great revolutionaries, they don't have big biceps and triceps, isn't it? They're frail, very frail in structure. And yet, look at that transformation, what happens through them. Huge, powerful, physically, materially, all those beings also suddenly bow to such a person because this person is able to understand something, the higher inside. So that is important. So just look at that breath which is entering, the same breath that is leaving. This particular Upanishad is asking us to look at it. The breath leaving the living into immortality extends, but the physical body burns to ashes and only ends. So again, it is telling, see this physical body that you have, it is perishable commodity, isn't it? It is nashwar. But inside of that Nashwar, there is a Ishwar. There is that divine which will not be destroyed. Nainam chindati shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka. Which weapon can cut? Which fire can burn? Some people say, no, 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 we can kill people who stand against the truth. Somebody that's why then that is a logic thought to people. Don't stand for truth. Don't stand for Swadharma. It is okay. No, no, you have to preserve yourself. Preserve yourself means what? Preserve yourself fearlessly standing and upholding your Swadharma. What are you afraid of? Who is going to come in between? What did Hiranyakashipu realize ultimately? Can he destroy what is the Satya Dharma
No.
just by brute force? No. He got a horrible experience of what truth is. That his Satya Dharma was for him, it was bad because he was on the Dharma's path. But somebody who's on the path of Dharma, Satya Dharma is sweet, Satya Dharma is powerful and yet gentle as well at the same time. So this realization is essential. This is a very important aspect we have to understand. If we do not, we can't move ahead at all. So this breath, leaving the living, it is extending into immortality. The body goes through its cycles. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. These are natural. Krishna says the yogi is one who is able to become free from this by recognizing that all four are very much a part of life. Somebody who is born will die. And what happens to somebody who is dead then? Anybody?
Somebody who is?
Dead. Somebody who is born dies. But what
Yeah.
happens to the one who is dead?
The body is gone, but the consciousness carries on.
Okay, consciousness carries on. Where does it go with?
Collective consciousness.
Into a like a Vitta Kosha, consciousness kosha must be there, like a bank of
Yeah.
consciousness being connected. Or does it come back on earth?
It
It
comes back
comes
on
back
Because
in the
new
next
life.
birth.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Kalpana ji said something, is it?
Yeah, that the consciousness is reborn again in a new
The
life.
consciousness is reborn again, isn't it? Some people think they can crush that consciousness. Some people think that they are powerful enough. So that is why Mangal Pandey was hanged. Because rebellion should be destroyed. His physical body was burnt, isn't it?
Huh.
But that fire that was lit that carried on, that its embers burned that, what we can say in this unjust forces of the British. All of them, they had to go away. It started off. Some people say, some historians say, don't call it the start. No, I'm not calling it the start, but I am talking about it as a one conscious movement, isn't it? We are not recognizing, just like how we are not recognizing, we are connected by consciousness, connected by the breath, by the life force. Just like that, all of us are also connected by this cycle of life and death as well. This aspect is very important because there's something consciously happening. It's not just cycle which is going randomly. It is a revolution moving towards something, and that Shervindo calls it. For that, that is what we call what is called supramental manifestation. Ultimately, it is going to happen. Man will evolve from the crude and profane to what is divine. It will be beautiful, isn't it? It will be wonderful to have that experience. So, what is going to
Actually,
happen to humanity? Let it happen. Yes, Alpana ji, you were saying
that I
something.
wanted to say something. Sant Tukaram has always, Tuka mane garbhavasi sukhe घालावे
सुखे
आमासी.
घालावे
And he
हाँ
always
तुका
used to
म्हणे
say that I
आमासी
want to be
सुखे
born
घालावे
again.
गर्भवासी isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he
Yes,
wanted to
yes,
be born again and again so that he could say sing the
yeah,
praises of the conscious. Yeah. He
yes,
never
yes. He said,
wanted moksha. That was very
yeah, yeah, enough.
surprising. Yeah.
Yes, yes. He said, go, go. Moksha is and seriously, moksha's responsibility is divine's only. Krishna says no.
Hmm.
Moksha is Shami Mashracha in the Gita. Don't worry, I'll give you moksha. Who can give moksha? Somebody who is a possessor of it. No.
Yes.
Only that person can give. What are we going to? Are we going to sit and keep crying and waste our entire life seeking that only? Look at the example of Tukaram. For so many bhaktas who have understood that there is that one divine, what do they say? Kamodini kaya jane parimala.
Mhm.
Means what does the lotus know of its own beauty? Who can understand the beauty of the lotus? It is the Brahmara who is extracting the nectar. You say, so the bhakta goes one step higher, saying, God, you don't know how beautiful you are. You cannot see how beautiful you are. I have the eyes. I can see how you're beautiful. I can see your beauty in this world, and that is why you will not understand what it is to love you. Hey Bhagwan, what are you? You don't know that. Only a human can understand that. That is how the bhakta is able to, rise in consciousness. Sometimes love becomes a beautiful way to rise in consciousness as well. It is very easy. The mother of Sri Aurobindo Ashram called it a singular human emotion which has the power of catalyzing evolution. Bereft of it, life is also dry. And this is one of the important factors here. So see this. The Vayu is going to go. Life is also going to end. But the journey is not. This is something which Arjuna did not understand. That's why he was frustrated. He did not understand. How is it, Krishna? How can I even understand? You're telling me you thought the secret of this life, what the Mata Rishwan is the possessor of that life. You say you have taught it to the Surya, Vivaswan. How did you teach Vivaswan? You were born in sunlight, boss. We celebrated your birthday just now. Janmashtami, we are celebrating your birth, its celebration, all of it. But when you were born, there was sunlight. How do you expect me to believe that? What? You had a time machine. You went back in time and but how did you go back there and how what was before? Because that is his logic, which is understanding only with a nashwar. That is avidya. That's ending at one end. The other is the one that everything else is truth except this material world. That is another vidya which is ending at another end. That's where Krishna is trying to see Arjuna. He doesn't get annoyed also at being asked questions. One of the best things if you see people are not getting annoyed with the questions, that means you can say, ah, right, that's a good thing. Maybe this is worthy. Otherwise, if somebody tries to stop all questions, you can understand कि upper story खाली है, subject के लिए no need. This person is ending that conversation only by gaslighting. You cannot ask questions. How dare you ask questions? What is going to happen if you no ask a question? It is going to help only, no? If the person does not know, the person should logically say, I do not know, instead of stopping the source of question, because that will not allow the knowledge to be realized. So here, Arjuna is asking Krishna, what is it? How? How can I understand all of this? What is this? It's almost like saying what you're telling me is nonsense. I don't get it. With absolute disrespect, when he says, I'll give you wisdom, I'll give you the wisdom. Krishna promises, okay? Krishna promises, I will give you the wisdom of that high knowledge. He says, first tell me how is it possible? I don't believe you. And I've seen someone tell me, why do we need knowledge? We need wealth. Then what will happen? All that wealth will go into mutual funds, which is subject to market risk, and it will be destroyed. Again, I'm not against anybody who is, if there is someone who is a mutual fund advisor, I'm not generalizing it. It was just a fun wordplay here. But this aspect, Arjuna tells Krishna, Arjuna is told by Krishna, Arjuna, I have been born many times. Krishna is saying, I have been born many times. And he says, you too have been born many times. It breaks our mind, isn't it? Being born again and again, what is the meaning? I don't have memory. How can I believe that? But I think sometimes we get an experience of this. Sometimes people get some very remarkable life experiences. One participant in a Gita Varga talked about son remembering a shloka which was never taught. How can that be? Like that, so many different examples are there of people getting such realizations. Sometimes in reality TVs, we see children singing some beautiful love songs. They talk about lover getting lost or lover reuniting after wait of so many decades. This child is also not 1 decade old or hardly a decade old. Not started puberty also. And here this person is talking about such things and the rhythm in it, the beauty in it, the laya in it, the tala, the sura, everything is so beautiful that even the great professionals and the best of the best singers, they suddenly bow down to a child who is so small and tiny and they say, after all these many decades of Riyas, I have not reached where you just reached like that. They say a Gandharva is reborn now in through you. Lata Mangeshkar, what was she called? Gana Saraswati. She had that voice, it was golden, and it was what it. Somebody will say she worked hard for it. Yes, but still the level of it, the beauty with which it was reached, it was something. It was something. It was like a chain of certain things. So this Krishna says, Arjuna, there is rebirth. Don't think everything gets over with just one life. You are a part of a continuum. You are a part of a continuous movement and progression of consciousness. It's almost like a relay race, only there's no time limit like that. And the funniest thing is you're only passing your baton to yourself. But each time you are moving one step forward. The avatars also came that way only. The avatars passed the baton. Look at the progression in the avatars. It is something like that. If you want, in short, if we want, we can just look at all the avatars. Dash avatar, it is said, no? The traditional ones. If you see, it starts with what? The first
म-
avatar,
मत्स्य अवतार.
Matsya, like how human, I mean, like how life began on Earth, isn't it? It was always
Water.
aquatic. Yes. And what is the next one? Kurma.
पूर्ण
Kurma.
अवतार.
Kurma is amphibious. Now land has started appearing and the Kurma has decided, okay, let's now move enough of swimming here. Let's have some sunbathing. So the next is again, this is not disrespecting the avatar. I'm sure Kurma Avatar will not mind my talking this way. It's just for perspective. So Matsya, then Kurma. Then what? It's Varaha,
वराह.
isn't it? A terrestrial avatar. That is Varaha. After Varaha,
नृसिंह.
Narasimha.
नरसिंह.
Narasimha. Yes, Narasimha. Meaning half animal and the development of human consciousness also has started. Nara has also started appearing in the consciousness of Narayana. From the animal consciousness to half animal, half human. Isn't that a progression? After
Yes.
Narasimha,
Vaman.
Vamana, the dwarf man, prototype of a man. Vamana, one more. We are looking at it in a very simplistic manner. Again, no sentiments need to be hurt. If they are, you can. I don't know what to do. But yeah, let us continue. The prototype, that is the Vamana. After Vamana,
Mahisha.
Parshuram.
Parashurama. Jamadagnaaya vidmahe Mahaviraaya dhimahi tanno Parashurama prachodayat. How is he? He's a he-man. The force of the Shatra also and the Brahman Teja also, what was there in the Vamana. That is also, he's become like, he's both Brahmin as well as Kshatriya. He is Agrata, Chaturo Veda, Prushtata, Sarasandhanu, Idam Brahmam, Idam Kshatram, Shapadavi, Sharadapi, meaning I can curse with my weapons also. I can kill and slay with my weapons, and I can kill and slay with my curses also. You see, four Vedas in front of me, and I have my weapons behind. I am that Brahmin. I am that Kshatriya. I can cut. I can slay. It's like a force of Kali getting unleashed. Ma Kali's force. That is also a divine force for breaking the mold. What we talked about Hiranmayana Patrana, that sometimes that has to be done. After that, after Vamana, I mean after
Ram.
Parshurama, Sri
Shri
Ram.
Ram.
Sri Ram, how is he? He's Kripalu. And he's Ramachandra, isn't it?
Ramchandra.
He's a Saumya. He is so, he's what we can say, perfect. What is he doing? He's trying to establish Ram Rajya. What is the way of life? What are the ethics? It's like setting up, making a constitution of a country, isn't it? How important is that constitution? It is the essence. But is the constitution always perfect when it is created?
No.
No, because of limitations of human nature only, isn't it? It is a limitation of human nature. Indian constitution is so. Yes, sir. Sudhakar is saying something. Yes, sir.
I just want to say that mention that no man-made system is perfect.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
No man-made system is perfect.
Yes, that is why they did. But the makers were smart enough to understand this and acknowledge this. So they allowed something called amendment. They allowed amendment to remove what is bad and try to move and evolve. So we can say Ram Rajya was established, so many things were established, but you see, people were interpreting and misinterpreting it. Like modern practices laws, no? A person who does a crime, he's taught, don't worry, this is how this law can be bypassed. You go to, I'll reduce your sentence if you transfer this much into my bank account. So what is it? Because ultimately it is not just the written law, it is what is the spirit of the law, isn't it? Sri Rama was, how was he? He said, I'll have only one wife, I will follow all of these principles, morals and everything. But what happened? People started getting stuck in the morals on their words only, isn't it? Then Krishna had to come and tell, ki, hey, Bhishma, if your allegiance is towards the throne, use some sense to see if the person sitting on the throne is good or not. That is also part of your duty. He had to teach that, but not willing to learn, isn't it? My pratigna. Everybody was trapped in their pratigna. Each person is my word, my word, my word, my word. Krishna, what did he say? He said, spirit of the word is important. Otherwise, if you leave the spirit of the word and everybody stops using the word at all, then there's no point in a communication at all. There's no sanctity of words. Imagine somebody says one thing, next day is twisted, third day is something else, and a person can have multiple opinions. What I believe very firmly today, I may have a very different belief. But it was all about the context, isn't it? Desha, Kala, Paristhiti. All three are important. But the spirit of things will not change, isn't it? The spirit is something which is eternal, spirit is something which is important. And Sri Krishna came and he said, Sarva Dharman Parityaje Mamekam. Forget all of this dharma nonsense fights. You are only entering into it because you are holding on rigidly. Surrender the rigidity. Surrender the rigidity is required everywhere. Even in religion, you bring dogma, you forget all the other devas. Your dogmas take precedence. Truth goes on a back seat. So he said, Mamekam Sharanam Raja. That is important. If you do that, you'll get realization. So then came Krishna, next stage in evolution. After Krishna came, who came after Krishna? After
Buddha.
Krishna? Yes,
Buddha.
Buddha. Buddha. Yeah, Buddha was how he was like direct into nirvana, isn't it? Dissolution into that Brahma. What Brahma Nirvana Krishna talked about in the Gita. He said, I can just realize it through my mind. I will use the mind as a springboard and dive into that Brahma Nirvana, get dissolved completely. Is that avatarhood cycle complete with Buddha?
No.
Who is there next?
Kalki.
Kalki Avatar. How is Kalki Avatar? Let's not debate. He's not yet come. One batch we had a debate whether he is on a white horse or on a black horse. Is he having a sword? Is he having a bazooka? I say he comes on a cruiser bike also is fine. It doesn't matter how he comes, what he does is important. But the Kalki Avatar has not yet manifest. We do not know. But again, why is Kalki Avatar important? Because see, if everything was just about dissolution and extinction, what is the need for karma? The karma is there in the Upanishad also, the Isha Upanishad. It is an important aspect. So Kalki will come to teach that to us. That is going to be the next avatar, and that would be the avatar where the spread of consciousness for life divine will start taking place. So this we have to also recognize we have come multiple times. The avatars have come so many times. We also, who knows, we might have been in Mahabharata, maybe all of us may be on one side, or
Maybe
maybe
yes.
I would have been in the Kauravan side and you would have been in Pandavan side. And yes, Sudhakarji, yes, sir.
Yeah, maybe Kalki has come in the form of artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence without consciousness is a bit
We
effed
don't
up,
know.
isn't it?
We don't know yet.
No, it is not yet. I have had a good opportunity of working with one of the topmost artificial intelligence doctors, Professor Dr. Rohitash Chandra. He's among the
Mm.
2% scientists. They are actually trying to use artificial intelligence to decode our scriptures. But as of now, the consciousness, it is like we are using intelligence of the device right now, isn't it? To communicate with each other. So it's like an apparel, but it is not. It is a body without a soul yet. So
That,
maybe, as Sudhakar is saying, if that mold is also broken for the how Sri Aurobindo said, matter shall reveal the spirit's face, then we'll have that beautiful entry of consciousness also. But it is right now, it is just a hypothesis. And yet, even hypothesis is it's not cannot call it a hypothesis, it's like a fantasy at the moment. Because
at least
exact
we
yes,
have
sir.
we have progressed in creating life in a laboratory, isn't it? And
We are
also,
not yet learned how to manufacture honey, sir. Despite all our technology, we still rely on bees. And bees did it without any training, without any funding for higher research. Automatically, they just part of it. And they knew that we have to gather nectar, even from these flowers. Who is training the bees? Who is training the animals? Who is training what artificial intelligence system? We do not know. But well, let us see. It is not yet. It is an open-ended statement, actually. We do not know
we
yet.
never know. Yeah, we never know.
Yes, it is Agnyata, it is unknown.
We are
So,
also
yes,
searching for the God particle, isn't it?
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, this then allows us to go into that last part of the shloka because remember, Hanuman also had to be told, isn't it? You can take that leap. You can take that leap to experience the highest consciousness. We have to remember, Kruto smara kritam smara. Remember your deeds. Remember your deeds. Remember the deeds of the past. What great you have done. If you don't remember, past life is also fine for us actually. Just remember good things that you did in this life. No? Then you will feel confidence because sometimes moments come where you feel bereft of confidence. I am not capable. These are moments of avidya where you're getting disconnected from the higher truth. I've seen a very awesome personality considering herself as inauspicious just because of a forgetting of self. The smriti is gone. But the moment the smriti is realized, suddenly all molds are broken. It's a new personality. The personality is like a fire. Everybody are wondering how did water start burning? It cannot happen because they are not ready to accept the truth. Well, it is like that. We go to the last sloka. That is Agne Naya Supatharaya Sman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidvan Yuyodhyasmatjuhurana Meno Bhuishtante Namuktim Vidhema. I'll repeat that once more. I think I didn't read the next part of in the English of the last verse. What is that? Kruto smara kritam smara? Kruto smara kritam smara. This aspect of somebody has said they want a word, but I think we just look at the shloka and I just missed that it just popped up and disappeared. We will complete one more shloka and then probably we can have a word. Oh, hero of action, remember the things that were done. Oh, hero of action, forget not all that was before done. Remember what you are, remember what you have done, and that gives you the strength. Sometimes, sometimes people in their even I've seen somebody in mid 90s who suddenly say, "Oh, what do you think? I'm not old. I have done this." And suddenly in 90s also they get that urja, that energy, which comes from connection with that divine. Remember your divine origin, receive that connection is what this Upanishad tells us. Krito smara kritam smara. Not for ahankar. It is sakshatkar. Remember what you are. Be capable. Then we go now to the last part. Agni, one moment. Yes. Agni naya supatha raya sman. Vishwani deva. Vayunani vidwan. Yuyodhyasmajjuhuranameno. Vishtante namuktim vidhema. O all-knowing fire, O Lord, on the path of truth you always lead. O Hari Om, I think my connection lost its fire. Yes, I will repeat it once more. Agni, let us look at it. Om. Agnenaya supatharaya sman vishwani deva vayunani vidvan yudhyas majjuhuranameno vishtante namuktim vidhema. O all-knowing fire, O Lord, on the path of truth you always lead. O omniscient initiator of all actions, please heed. This is a prayer. This is a prayer made to Agni. The Agni is the base of what we call the Rigveda also. It begins with Agni. Look at Agni. How is Agni? Rising, isn't it? Rising always upwards. Just symbolic of our consciousness also. It's like a flame. A flame will always move upwards, isn't it? No matter you tilt the source of the flame this way, that way, it will always be vertical. Ag, the root of Agni itself means moving forward. Go to the root word, you will identify. Somebody who doesn't know what Agni means just sees Ag and sees, oh, Agni means that, which is some foreigner who has never heard the language but knows the root word. He goes into a room and sees fire. Okay, that which is rising upward, that is Agni. That is Agni because that is the base. Agni is purifying. We saw gold getting purified by fire. How beautiful is that? What does Agni do? It burns everything, isn't it? What does it turn? It turns everything into ashes. Like that, we also have things which we have to burn, isn't it? We have to burn our old sanskaras which are holding us down. We have to burn all, all those things that are taking us, all those things inside of us. And somebody will immediately start, I think you are one of those people will start. It's not about the physical action of burning, it is about something spiritual here inside of you. Each of us has something bad, isn't it? It's all right. It's normal. You don't have to feel guilty about it. But call upon that divine. Use this Agni. This is my Ahuti. I'm offering it. And slowly, as you go on offering, then it will lead to a supreme transformation. What is this Agni called upon for? Show me that path of truth. Oh, omniscient initiator of all actions. Rigveda also, Agni is called Hotar. Agni is the priest of the sacrifice. All the sacrifices are done in Sakshi of Agni only, isn't it? Because Agni is the priest. Agni is also the Kratu or the doer, initiator of actions, direct actions. That, that is Agni. Agnir Hotar Kavikratuhu in the Upanishad. I mean, in the Rig Veda. The same thing here. Raise all the hurdles on our path, torch the vices, set us free. I give my words as offering in complete surrender to ye. See, look at this. This is the word of a Vedantic Rishi. It's not somebody who's doing gossip morning and day. Only such a person's words will, you offer it into the fire will be like, why are you putting water in me? Those words are like nothing but the words of someone who's conscious. So, what is he saying here? This Rishi is saying, burn all those obstacles that are preventing me from progress. And that is required every day until the day of our last breath. We have to evolve. We have to evolve. For what? For passing the baton back to ourselves only. We are doing something divine. Sri Aurobindo also had talked about it in his hymn to Durga. Oh, Goddess Durga, he invoked. Mother, birth after birth, we come and go. We come to perform your bidding. After it is done, we return to our home. We will keep coming, we will keep going. For what? For manifesting that supreme divine consciousness. And this is what this Rishi also says. And as an offering, he gives complete surrender. He offers his words. He's offering his word into that yajna. What is going to happen? If that word is so powerful with consciousness, it will result in a chain reaction. It will result in something which will lead to huge transformation. Power of word leading to transformation can be very well understood in the scriptures only. Look at the Gita, look at any of the scriptures. These are eternal, isn't it? What we saw 5,000 plus years ago, what was written then. The fact that we are reading it today, isn't that a miracle? The same words. 5,000 is just an estimate. Before anybody tells this, somebody will say it's 10,000, somebody, whatever time it is. The stingiest estimate can be at least 5,000, you say. But 5,000 years, something has not changed, or something's relevance has not changed. Why? Because it has something. It has the Brahman, it has the consciousness. Words can become a medium. So I think if we want to draw from the last part, no, last part of this Upanishad, let our words have the consciousness. Let our words have that consciousness. Let it be through actions that our words develop the consciousness. Then what will happen? Shabda tumhara ho sanjeevana. Your words will become, your words will become the medicine. The words will become the medicine for every disease. And that is where the Upanishad ends. This Isha Upanishad ends with that part of the Rishi leading by example. And he's saying, I am offering you with folded hands. I'm offering into this fire, O Agni, I'm offering my consciousness in the words. That's what Upasana of words is done. Followers of Ma Saraswati, they call upon that. They call upon her. Saraswati, Nrityatu Vachi me sada. Oh mother, Saraswati, dance at the tip of my tongue. Bhagavad Gita talks about the same thing. Vak tapa, penance of speech. There is an important aspect to complete what is a sattvic tapa. It has Sharira Tapa, Manas Tapa, and Vak Tapa. Mind, body, and speech. It's important, isn't it? To speak right words. Sometimes it's important to not speak words also. Best example is fish. It keeps its mouth open and gets caught in a hook. Not required. If it kept its mouth closed, it could have also got a longer life. So something like that, we have to recognize. Let the same consciousness enter into our words. Let us be sincere in our words. Let us surrender not to a human, but to the divine. The Guru is also divine only. Guru is a tattva we have to identify in our life and move ahead. So, with this, without much ado, I think we can conclude our Upanishad journey. This is the Isha Upanishad. We have just looked at what is a primer for the Isha Upanishad, I can tell you one thing confidently. You will be easily able to read anybody's commentary on the Isha Upanishad and have fun. One request is, other than sharing this commentary, please don't ask me why this person is written this way or why that person is written that way. I don't know. I have not read. I am not going to read because I'm very happy with what Shervindo has written, the commentary of the Isha Upanishad, 500 plus pages. I don't claim I've read all of them. Even if I have read, I will not claim to have understood them. It will take me maybe lifetimes. So I will next birth also say Kruto Smara, Krutam Smara. And then when I realize, I'll move to the next chapter. But right now, we are ready to enter into this. And one more thing I can tell you is you can pick up any other Upanishad, whichever connects to your heart or whichever Upanishad calls you. You can connect because the theme of the Upanishad is one, though they are different. It is that same Brahma Vidya. So with this, our workshop is complete, and there was some pop-up of somebody. Somebody wanted to. Yes, it was Shashiji. Yes, you wanted to ask something. Yes, yes, ma'am. We are going to
Oh
conclude
no,
after. Yes.
sorry, I wanted to have a word with you when everything is finished.
Okay, after the session.
Thank
Then
you.
can we have
Yeah,
it tomorrow? I have a very important work after some time. I mean,
no
this is also
problem.
important. I would not say
I'll
that.
send you a message.
Yes, we can just probably later on. We will have
Thank
a which at a mutually convenient time. Definitely. Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Okay, thank
Can
you.
somebody summarize, please, what we saw?
I have a question.
Question. Yes, sir.
You were mentioning about the Vedic chant that was rendered to the autistic
Yes,
children.
sir. Yes, sir.
Which Vedic chant is it? Is there a name,
It's a
something?
assort. It is an assortment of various. I can share it to you. So you can just drop a mail at sushrutayurveda@gmail.com. That's my email ID, and
Okay.
I can share it to you, sir.
Okay.
Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Yes, sir.
Sushruji, I would need that as well.
All right. Please, I think I just told you my
I'll
email ID.
send
You
an
can
email.
just
Thank you.
drop me a mail. I will send it. It is free.
Thank you.
It's been always free, and Damleji has tried to keep it that way. So yes, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you so
So
much.
it is chanted by my Guruji only, and it is his voice. We did a good research. We got some nice result. Then they said because background Tanpura is there, the scientist said it is a Tanpura which is working, not the voice. So then we did a research without the. We said okay,
Okay.
no need any background music. Let it be pure Vedic chants.
Is it
So we did
available in
have a
you?
good.
Is it available in
Or on
YouTube?
YouTube, sir, it's a MP3 file, sir. I'll just send it to you. It
Oh,
can
okay.
be.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
All right, sir. Research papers are
Why
published online.
why
You can
don't
find
you
them.
why don't you drop it in the group
No, I would
WhatsApp
like
group?
to. It is no,
Anybody wants
there is a
to
nowadays because we have a lot of distortion of what is there. Something from here will
uh,
get twisted. We are trying to keep it formal on at least somewhere.
sure.
It is like
Okay.
a, it will not, it is not a guarantee, but it's something. Somebody's taken the, nowadays writing an email is considered old-fashioned. So very few write emails. So somebody's taken the trouble, that person is less likely going to quickly distort it. That is a good faith in humanity that we're keeping. Yes, see. So far it has worked. 10, 11 years over for that. Right. So can somebody summarize it? I think we don't have Chitraji to summarize. Anybody else? Yes, please. Oh, sorry. Yes, Payalji, will anything? Yes, please.
I just wanted to ask you, like, are you going to send the email? I mean, email or like the this what you said, the MP file. So,
Sorry?
are you going to
Yeah, you
send
please send.
to
Yes,
the
yes,
group?
yes. No, not in the group. But just it is. It you send email ID will be shared. Then yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Anybody would like to summarize?
We should
Yes,
see,
Aditi ji. Yes,
yeah,
please.
like few points, like we should see divine in everything that we are doing and experiencing.
Yeah.
Uh, we all breathe the same air, so we should uh we should realize that all of us are same, maybe.
Yeah, we should see that divinity in all. We have to recognize that. That was one important aspect. Then go quiet into the depths of silence. Yes, Rachna ji is saying something. Yes, ji.
There was a mention of Agni that
Before that, just we'll come to that. That is the last verse. The verse preceding to that is asking us go into the depths of silence, experience, hear the voice of God. Hear, Kruto Smara Kritam Smara, hear what is it that you have done. Hear it. Shruti, no? Shruti is listening. Knowledge comes through that. And you can listen only in silence. Not only when you are silent, but when your inside also is silent. That time you can hear the higher voice as well. The higher truth will come there. That is important. And remember this thing that this sharir is nashwar. My body is also having limitations. I'm aware of it, but I keep forgetting it all the time because of Maya. It's designed, it's like a code inserted into us. We think, no, our moments with our loved ones are going to be there forever. We always think it's going to be forever. Then we take our loved ones for granted. Or we get very depressed if we think of anything else. But instead of going through this dualities of excitement and depression, let every moment be like your final moment, and every moment you can live an entire lifetime that way, isn't it? However long the divine decides. Some people have big lives, some people have less lives. But it is in one birth they have less. Next birth it will be compensation because it is going to go on. Some conscious play is going on. So Kruto Smara Kritam Smara. Remember, become conscious. The Smriti will bring you to the highest truth. Yes, now Rachna ji was sharing about Agni. Yes, please.
uh, just like anything that is put into the Agni, it will burn completely. Just like that, we have to remember to burn up anything that is separating us or that is clouding us from our own divine nature.
Yes, yes.
Once the the once um, the separations are removed, then we can see everything as it is,
Yes,
and that
yes,
is
yes. All that is but his,
Purnamidam,
as
Purnamidam.
it is. Yes, absolutely. All right. I think with this, I would like to say thank you to Meenal ji for administrating this entire workshop. Thank you, Meenal ji, and thank you to Midam Foundation. This we are concluding. I conclude with the Shanti mantra. Alpana ji wants to add something.
No, thanks. That is what
Thank you.
Dhanyavad I wanted to
Done.
say. Yeah.
Let us thank each other and thank Brahman also. We are one.
You
Yes.
have
All
solved
right.
many queries in our minds and you have given
No,
solutions to the problems
Upanishad
which
has
I'm
solved
currently
that.
facing
Upanishad.
automatically.
Upanishad has solved it. Yes, ji.
Yes,
Hari Om.
you have been made the Nimitta Matra. Looks like.
All right, ji. Let us conclude.
Thanks to you. Thanks to
Thank you,
you,
sir.
and thanks to the divine for bringing
Ji.
all of us together
Okay, that's
with
true, sir. That
the
is true, sir.
Yeah,
technology,
that's true.
the
Yes,
technological
yes.
advance. Yeah.
And so many of us have come together. We have seen when two people come together, what miracles happen. Bhagavad Gita is a case in point. So we have so many of us together. So maybe we'll see what wonderful miracles will happen. Yes, together, of
Mhm.
course. Yes, let us conclude with Shanti Mantra. Om
Mm.
Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Hari Om Tat Sat. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Namaskaram. Thank you very much. Hari
Namaskar.
Om.
Hari Om.
Namaskaram.
Hari Om.
Hari
Hari Om.
Om.
Thank you,
Thank
Sushruत ji.
Hari
you.
Om. Thank you, ji. Namaste, ji. Thank you, ji.
Hari Om ji. Hari Om.
Thank you, Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, ji.
Thank you,
Namaste, sir.
Sushruti.
Thank you. Thank you, ji.
Good night.
Namaskaram. Thank you. Shubharatri. And I think so.